Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship?
Any news on that thing we... Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? This is gonna make me so popular. Take this. You earned it. Pleasure doing business.
What the? Alright, here we go!
Nice one!
Can we do that again? Quick!
That's the last of them!
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Hey, boss. I think we can get in through that vent shaft.
Mysterious doors are the funnest sorts of doors. Smells like they got a backup somewheres. Maybe even a fatberg. Ugh, nasty.
Welcome aboard, Captain. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever...
How goes the... Nope. Have I... Assuming the nature of the incident is... Now then.
Come on, boss, I told you. He was slandering my...
You finally did it, huh?
My box hauling days are officially behind me. Say hello to Felix Mills.
No take back.
Yep, we're stuck with each other.
Now then. Bit of a contradictory one, ain't you? You need me. The outlaw scientist fell. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors... To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Oh, but he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem.
Rizzo's knock you out bomb. Plus CCN 76
Ah, the old rest and go. With all the luxury and comfort of a shipping container.
Have you had a moment to look into that little up? You don't hurry up. Someone will... What's that? What'd you turn... These corporations, I tell you. Can't imagine how I'll offload this. Well, 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 aren't you? A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good... If Auntie Cleo's exporting... Bless your slippery little fingers. Are you positive? Can't say I wasn't hoping for more, but... I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing... I found a handsome ceramic...
CNP worst worst. It's not the worst unless it's worst
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A name. Look at this, right? Time to feed first.
Well, hey there, your lord.
Is this a nice man, a friend of yours?
Seeing you here feels like old times.
Sure, everybody knows Captain McCred, terror of the back bays and purveyor of rare fungi.
Felix is a good kid. Bad habits, poor judgment.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even...
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. We were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're... Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the... Lay it on. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt. That's bureaucracy for... Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and any friend of Felix is free to wander. You can come and go in my little...
Got it. Heads down.
You get that automech patch? McCred wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? It hasn't got a heart? Not like us.
Worms and their shrooms.
Besides, they're my friends.
Fine. My backside's still... Does everyone get branded when they join McRed's crew?
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
I guess I'm honored.
McRed gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
It's so... cozy.
wake up. There's no such thing as pizza. It's all open-faced pasta.
You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
Bet we could do some good with these. Home sweet home. Was a time I wanted to be an engineer.
You've returned, and in one... Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight... More than a few. Less than a hive. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiator. If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first...
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about.
I'm genuinely heartened.
Back to the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators.
Here they
Do
come!
this all day. That'll load him.
Everyone all right?
Phone tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Stay fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always use them later.
System performing.
Jackass is incoming! Felix! Messes with you, boss! Oh, that's the last of him!
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says, cycle droplet pumps. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until I was promoted only recently, when my mom...
They must have been amazing people.
That means a lot coming from a... Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only tennis.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just...
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just some... We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around... I hope that was a joke, Cap. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a skin that goes down stronger than... You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? The next captain won't have my heritage. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire... The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to... I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my life. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to... You've got my...
Wow! Nice work.
This is Halcyon News.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers.
How do you do?
You and I never saw each other.
We can handle this.
Waste of company ammo.
This is Halcyon.
If you're hungry, you've come to... They're terrified. Fresh from the... CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete...
Can't say I've seen you before. If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. Sure is. You need a deft hand. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment. Sure. How do you think we keep this pile of junk in the sky? Or it would. Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever... Surgery, mostly. The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people... Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. Our delivery... A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by... I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. You look out, though.
Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work.
CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how good it is.
Neighbor from a... Listen to the fire, alive or dead. Rare... My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path.
Well, that's a relief.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king. Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter.
McRed, is this another one of those situations where you're...
Mushrooms put theality in reality.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously. So, Purpleberry punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves... Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck? With that bastard McRed dead...
I could start something if you want.
Look at my face, Felix. Do I look like...
Does Felix cost...
Constantly. Little Hellion's probably spent more...
Whoa, hey, now that is pure fabric...
Nicely done.
Keep your sights out, friend. What?
Gosh, that's clever. Wish I could do that.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste for radio.
It's almost time. Fantastic. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. Now. Any...
Hey, boss. If you need a tour guide, I've seen all 12 episodes of Terror on Monarch. Kind of an expert.
I'm gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet. I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow.
Now with 12% more crunch.
Hey, that pad down there.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from your feet in the entry bay. Thank you. Welcome back, Cap. Now that you have acquired a I don't believe so, Cap.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're go- You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend, once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's. Come see me in my lab. Best of luck.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Wow, you got that? Left hand, Captain.
Dance!
Nice one!
Here they come!
Let's go! Aw, he ain't over it. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay?
I could probably fix that. That's not bad work, mister.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible.
Never seen the veil lit up? You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one. Cantina, lavatory, behind... Sharp, ain't it? On the double, soldier.
Okay, gone quiet.
Never seen the veil. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. Designed to deliver. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth, and time's come for you to journey down and... Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board game. I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, there's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic must...
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can...
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. Well, excuse me. If you die horribly...
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Here we go!
Ooh, that had to hurt! That's the last of him!
Nice.
Let's take him down! More body torch!
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. Clever. Great work.
Good brawl. Got him, boss.
That's the last of him.
Never seen the vet? Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. So this is it, then. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but...
Wish we had some better rations.
Can't say I approve of a town. We pay by the finger. Gil Antrim. I remember. I'll just need your signature. Mabel Burgess. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Still one outstanding. Here we are. Bert was the local preacher. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprints. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to... Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that... Marauders are folk who lost the will to... Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much a drink. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a... What's on your mind?
What is it? I'll tell you what. Vex me. Good. Well, enough to know. It's not like Zoe to go. Can't imagine. Could do it. Hard to say. Adelaide went on.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
At least you got your health.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of... Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of that marauder you... You, on the other hand, you were a sight... No. I may have bartered them. I don't know. The vital Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical lab. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers. I've got all... Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I doubt that. Nobody in that camp... Wait, you're telling me he's... I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose.
It's all in the wrist.
Look at us!
Heads up, boss! That's the last of him!
I suppose that... The greater good can be difficult to determine. Take comfort in the fact that your choices are from our own graveyard, just outside...
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar.
Yes, of course.
Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the
It is my understanding that none of the local life, plant or animal, is edible. Earth crops are grown in... Once the spark of life is fled, the more... We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful... Only to the feelings of the living. The dead are no more concerned with their corpse. The greater good is... Wonderful. This is fantastic. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was... Overreacting. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that I became so desperate, I even got my... Please. As if my life should have... Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the... But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is... You have a ship. Certainly. I already gave you... I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. Oh. Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. But instead...
Edgewater's gonna miss you.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for... I shall see you on the ship, Cap.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass. Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
What is it? We didn't always get... Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe, you pretty much... Let me know...
Pick up any more strays while you were out? I suppose if the crew's quarters fill up, we could hang hammocks in the cargo hold. Welcome back, Cap. What's that? Define... I see. Then, of course... What do you mean? Do you... Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected it doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning. Although, if I were, according to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me. Thank you for I have been keeping a secret as well. How did you guess, Captain? The simulated files are not only stored in the recess... I see. Captain, I regret to inform you that... Repairing the life support systems. I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. What? No. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona, I never get bored. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the Of course. What's... Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here. No, and I've been trying to...
Fine-looking hideout you got here.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret Oh, very well. I can... For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found... I picked you out of the hope for your talents, after all. Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spun... What's up? Oh, goodness, no. Well, no, I enjoyed the occasional aether-wave drama in my youth. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive them... Because we've lost our way, the board has... The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense. Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the... 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living... We'll do our very best. I'd best get back to work. Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. Careful, that's my communications terminal.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw. Welcome back, Cap. I have received a
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast! I'll keep this short, lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value. Now, how does this blasted thing...
The transmission. May luck be with you. Of course. Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain. Welcome back, Captain.
Still a lot of raptidons out there. We'll take
Ah, I remember you. You must have... Oh, I'm not allowed to use the communication. I asked you here because I have a working prototype of the Altinature, Auntie Cleo's very first weapon. The schematics you fetched for me lent themselves well to the creation of the beauty you now possess. The market's already saturated, they said. Weapons are everywhere. They aren't interested in Given your unlawful proclivities, I...
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
You watching the Aether Waves last night? I don't want to ruin the surprise. Let's just say it involved a whole mess of tossball players and the biggest Manta Queen I ever saw.
Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime?
Like what he did with the place?
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be... I knew it! You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's a... You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off from... Which means I never get to do this part, but on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own... I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons, but that's all outside our walls.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't...
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly... Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on... Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. Oh, and if... I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while.
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie. The whole...
That's Birdie Holcomb. Only one of...
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Riz.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We... On account of him being the best hacker who... Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Before that, he was the Slick Stick, because his shots were always... I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him... I couldn't really... But the fancy collector types say the more... Thanks a bunch. Celia works for...
We don't get many outsiders. And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. Getting so I can't... But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop... Shit, I don't know what I'd do. Right. What are you staring? If you think this is drunk, I gotta sit. Part. Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, straight? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of... I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your... Well, they...
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean...
If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
If Velma's capable of... Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man. Who's your lucky friend? I'm so sorry, but with the iconic... Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Except for you. I'd make an exception for you if I could. Oh. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her month. Now I've gone and said too much. If so, I would love to know where. Believe me, Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just... And to keep an extra key to the supply room. The one upstairs, where we... In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the... The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay or...
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. Well, this certainly isn't worth my good health. I'll get you a dose, but I'll have you know. There, and good riddance. That's the last help you're getting from... If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brack's missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged. Well, Celia, didn't I tell...
That you...
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse?
You've often posed...
Clear my schedule. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review?
No.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. But if you're here for him... Now, there's no need to humor me.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sandra.
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of... I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the... Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corp... Yes, freedom...
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're...
I used to be young and idealistic too.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious...
On our turn.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawl...
Well, we can't continue to...
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps...
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach. And the first part involved with a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to be...
And you'll have a power...
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon.
I was starting to get bored listening to you, till you said the
It is... in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before... Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to more... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. What can I do for... Then it's good that I keep such material. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal man. Not intentionally, though that's technical. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back. Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of Terraform.
Here, though, the results were...
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they... Our leadership at the time, certain... But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a curse...
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means.
Word of advice, Sanjar. If Parvati's got something to say, you do well to listen close.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts... Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim creating the perfect environment. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocated. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to... Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint... I don't think I realized how far they'd... Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair...
I understand the sentiment, but I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Why wouldn't anyone? They own...
Yeah, and once you go back to him?
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow... I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a...
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier. My hope is to maintain the It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off...
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the...
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people... Yes, making all of MSI... What can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the... Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback... What else can I do?
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries. What can I... You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma... But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience...
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self, and but... Not that I...
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays... Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth. So I can talk to him of...
I reckon she...
He's sort of the Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And... I couldn't! Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet and... Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard... You think that's what I'm looking for? Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't... Besides, a man with a good smile and a... Sorry.
We don't get many outsiders.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever... What can I get? All sales are final, unless you threaten me.